welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hi, I'm Pete. Now on today's on today's video, what we have for you, I'm going to do my top 5 leaf shapes that I have out of all of my plants. Keep in mind that, that this order will change once I start to occur some more plants, and even um, as times change, and just look at what I have. And also with most of my plants, as they mature, the leaf shape changes a lot. So of course that will change my opinion on my top 5 once that starts to happen. And I can tell you now, like my philodendron silver sword is finally, well, not say finally, but it's showing it has the little grooves in it, the little, kind of like the horse head, kind of the end, or whatever you want to call it, the horns or the sword part, the little whatever. So it's starting to finally transform and show a lot more maturity than it once did. But yeah, the only reason they didn't make it is because, again, the maturity level wasn't there compared to some of these others. But let's go ahead and get started. Again, these are not in any specific order, and the only reason my pink princess didn't make the list is only because the leaves don't, they don't do this. They don't morph as they go down. They just pull. Oh my God! If they pull like a Monstera or Adam Sunny, look, that pink princess. Oh my, oh my. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the first plant I'm going to do, yeah, let's start here since I don't have her directly on the table. Now, this is a leaf cutting from my philodendron tiger's tooth. Um, this leaf, as you can see, is massive. I can put my hand behind it and spread it out wide as I can. And I have big hands, guys. But yeah, this is huge, and I love her to death. But unfortunately, I had to cut her just because of the project that I wanted to do, and how she was growing. This leaf would have just sheltered or covered all the light from any of my other plants that are currently now in the grow tent. So yeah, I decided to cut her, and she is just magnificent. Now, as you can see, she made the list because of the fenestrations on the leaves. As this plant gets a lot older, these fenestrations will be more prominent, and it will keep this shape, but it will look a lot more toothy, I would say. And yeah, the fenestrations will be a lot longer, so they will go down in, kind of like your um, Monstera or your split leaf. So yeah, again, I will insert a picture here or somewhere, probably, yeah. And that is what she's looking like now. And if you look at the actual leaf part, you can see that the leaf has matured a lot compared to the actual bigger one. Now, again, as this plant here matures, that shape that you see now will be a lot different. And even later on down the line, of course, it morphs, guys, every time it shoots out a new leaf. So each leaf is not the same. So of course this made the list, and this is my tiger tooth philodendron. And also, if you haven't checked out the video, it's probably out, I'm not sure, but I made this cutting the same day I did the potting up from soil, the transfer from soil to spag. And I cut her and stuck her in water, and she's actually been green. Don't want to say growing, but she's been green for maybe about 2 or 3 weeks now. And this lets you know that that you can use these like as a centerpiece with some more plants or flowers or whatever, if you decide to cut any of these up. So keep that in mind. Again, I was a shelf life of these right now are pushing maybe more than 2 weeks. And again, there's nothing wrong with her at all. She looks the same as when I cut her, honestly. So yeah, philodendron tiger's tooth. All right. The next one I have, yeah, I'm gonna wait on that one. The next one I have, guys, since it's no order, let's go here. This one here, of course, is your Nepenthes Monkey's Cup. I love these little guys. I've always wanted one, and I found these at a local, well, not local, but a nursery city over, Johnson's. I think it's called Johnson's Nursery. This guy, before the COVID boom, I mean, he had a lot of interesting stuff, but yeah, COVID hit, and yeah, they kind of wiped us out. So, I mean, that was kind of a good thing, but it was a bad thing as well. Good thing, I would say, because it made us venture out and further out, outside of the city a lot to try and find different spots that have different local private owned nurseries that have different things like this, and even like your other regular plants and stuff. So yeah, I got her, and she was much bigger. Well, let's do this here. Right here, as you can see, I have this little container. This is like my little incubation container. There's pond or rocks down, and this was like a old peppermint container, if I'm not mistaken, with the lid, just rocks and water. But this here, this is what she once was before. Now, mind you, she didn't have any of this new growth when I got her. It was just this, and I got it from Johnson's, and it was on sale, or the clearance or sale, or whatever you want to call it. Or maybe he was just in a good mood that day, because he gave me some Crinkle 8 cuttings, and I had some other Hoya cuttings. But yeah, we go there a lot, and I guess he was just in a generous mood, and he gave it to us. But yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but there are tiny roots there, and that's all she's done so far. I see some smaller ones trying to come in. You know, this thing loves to try to find your face, but yeah, and she's just been sitting down in here. I cut her because she was leggy looking, and before I cut her, I didn't know about the light, the extra light, but I did know about the humidity and the water and blah blah. But she's been sitting in here for a little while. I'm pretty sure she'll start to. Well, she's actually put out, since she's been sitting in this container here, guys. She's put out maybe about 2 leaves. Yeah, because this is the last one I cut. And I cut that one because it got burned by one of the bulbs in my grow tent. But anyway, she put out these sitting in there. But of course, there aren't any mature cups on it. And from what I've been seeing and reading, it's due to the light. Oh, oh, guys, I think I just broke a root. Yeah, but let me put this back in here. I'm breaking roots. They're very sensitive. But yeah, I got her over the summer, and she has been growing. And guys, let me tell you, I didn't actually think that I was able or would be able to do this because of the conditions, and I really didn't know how to grow them, to be honest with you. But yeah, I got her, and of course I'm not, or didn't want to lose her. Did a little research, and yeah, ever since then, I found the right light conditions. I figured out how to do the soil. The soil, as you can see, is it's about maybe 90% vermiculite and 10% soil, and nope, let's say 8% soil and like 2% perlite. So it's airy and it's very dense, and it holds water, since they love the moggy kind of conditions. So yeah, it sits down inside of a little pot that, of course, it's a Costa Farm pot, and it's down in this little container that's just leaking water. But yeah, hopefully that's not a root. It's like a root growing through there. But yeah, once I chopped her, I waited until the leaves got these got a little bit bigger. But guys, once I chopped her, of course, with every plant, it kind of pissed her off. And yeah, I have 1, 2, 3 new shoots now, with a possible 4 baby. Yep, a 4 little baby. And as you can see, we have our cups here, and they are magnificent. Now, they aren't the bigger ones that you see and some of the other YouTubers have, but I'm pretty sure over time that they will get bigger. Now, one of my videos, I know that it's already out, is the Martin Luther King one, and it was like one of the top maybe 5 plants that were discovered of his year of birth. Now, the Arizona Penthes is like a leopard or dragon. I don't know what kind it is, but I will try to insert the picture here. That plant is, and if I can find that plant, I'm telling you, I will try my best to purchase it if it's not $1,000,000,000,000. But yeah, I would love to have that one in my collection just because now I know for a fact I can keep these pretty good. Now there has been some thinking of me wanting to put these in like a little terrarium, how I'm doing my Marantas, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. But once you put it in that terrarium, I mean, what kind of job will it do? You know, I want it in my grow tent so that I can put it to work and it can actually feed itself. Not saying that there's a lot of gnats and things, but I do have a family of ants in there, and these are not the kind that you want. These are the kinds that love the sticky poop mildew from the bugs, and they love to harvest them and move them around to every plant, and I ain't got time for that. So yeah, I would prefer to have these in there, and I probably would have to put them down like inside where some of the other plants sit, so the ants can find their way in there because they're just like traveling around. And I know they're like sugar ants because I can put like a piece of sugar or candy or something, and trust me, they will find it. But anyway, guys, yeah, this is my Nepenthes monkey cup. And of course, the leaves with these cups are an extension or evolution of the leaves. So this here would actually, if it was a ranking, would make #1 because there's no leaf that I know of that can do this other than a carnivorous plant, which its leaves are actual cups or sticky thingies or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, guys, she most definitely made the list and would have been #1 if there was an order. But yes, this is my Nepenthes monkey cups. Um, let's move on. Now, next plant I have is this little funky one here. This is my star. Don't want to say starfish. Let's just say star sansevieria. Of course, I will put the names up top, even if I get them right or just chop and screw them. Yeah, I've had this one, I think, over the summer. And before I got her, she was putting this one out, but it was much, much smaller. She was way down in there, but that little leaf part there was poking out just a little. And she's been growing and growing ever since in this little pot. Now, I want to try to grow these in spag, and which will be the same just because I wouldn't water it, but I would feel a lot better and more secure than soil. Soil just does not work with me, at least during certain parts of the season, especially like now. Um, yeah, soil is not my cup of tea, so I try to stay away from it as much as I can. Now, if I can't help it, then of course, But yeah, I want to try and take them out. But yeah, she made the list. As you can see, these little cylinders here are her leaves. And again, there's no other regular plant like this that have the leaves except for your different other sansevieras. Now I do have another Sansevieria that's in the windowsill. That is a cylinder Sansevieria, and it didn't make this list because I had to try and narrow them down. And since they're both cylinder, then I had to go from color. So then, of course, this has way more color than that silver one, which is like a um, kind of close to dark green to forest green. Even with it being outside, it doesn't, you know, fenestrate or anything like any of the other ones. So, yeah, this one is a magnificent leaf shape, and I'm still wondering why they evolved this way or whatnot. But she looks pretty good, and I've seen some other YouTubers with these, and they actually get much bigger than this little specimen. But again, it just takes time, or if you have the money and want to get straight to the point, you just buy a bigger plant. But yeah, with my case, I don't want to take up any of my most wanted, needed space, so I try to stick to the anything from medium big to medium small. I do have some small ones in there, and hopefully I can get rid of it and get rid of it and get a bigger one. But yeah, guys, this made the list. This is my star Sansevieria, and of course she is just wonderful, and this is shape is just nice. Even as a whole, the shape is nice. So yeah, let's move on to the next plant. Now, I have this deliciosa here that would have made the list, guys. It would have made the list, but I'm going to show her anyway. As they get older, the fenestrations on them here, they get a lot more pronounced. But as of now, this is, I don't want to say a juvenile cutting, but this is a juvenile. Um, she's trying to come up. She's a juvenile monstera only because she had to get chopped down because she wasn't growing at all. But yeah, she was going to make the list, and I brought her out and everything. But once I sat down and I did that, there's no way impossible hell that this here oversees that at this point. Now, once I get those mature cuttings, which if you haven't watched one of my videos, guys, I'm planning on getting the mature cuttings of these that I always see at my big box stores and top them and propagate them and use those to grow because I actually like the mature leaves better. And what I've decided to do as it grow or gets too big, I would just keep taking the mature parts off and replanting her, and then just trading or giving away the actual rooted part, so that way I can keep it at a manageable size and also keep the wonderful fenestrations on it again at a manageable size. But yeah, I'm going to place her on down, so we're not going to count her. I showed her just because she was probably in the thumbnail, and also she was sitting here. Now, for number 4, we have, whoa, voila, your infamous string of pearls. Now, when these guys were just like just like most of your plants now, these guys were hard to find, very, I would say, rare, hard to find at that point. Um, this was at a point of last year, mid-summer, earlier towards the year, beginning of last year, 2020. And I fought to try to find these and find these. I've never had a plant that even looks anything of such a sort of way. Now, as you can see, these string of pearls made the list because of their actual pearls are their leaves, guys. And if you know what pearls look like, technically, go around your neck. It's not. It's like choker size right now, but you get the gist, guys. These little leaves here, of course, make the list. I mean, look at them. You cannot beat that. I don't have anything in my collection of sort other than, well, not even round like this, so I can't even say that. So, this bigger one here I got from my Ace, which is a hardware store, garden store, and I can tell you guys, this Ace put Lowe's and Home Depot like to shame, and I mean to shame. Um, um, again, these people at the box stores, I know they have the money. Maybe they have a budget. I don't know what the problem is, but I do know that within Ace, they order a lot of the, I don't want to say rare, but hard to find uncommon plants. And when I tell you, we used to get up, like spend weekends, Friday, Saturday, and almost a Sunday, like tearing these stores up. We'll hit maybe 6 or 7 a day, put in about a good 5 or 6 hours of driving, and just come back. Sometimes, you go out for your plant shopping of your plants, and some days you get lucky, some days you don't. But I would say we got lucky at least more times than we weren't. And again, it's not saying that we couldn't have got a plant, but all the plants that were there, we've even probably got it, or we just didn't want it, or know for a fact we couldn't grow it, so wasn't even going to spend the money on it. But yeah, guys, of course she made the list. Now, down inside of here, as you can see, the brightest spot, even if I hold it back, the brightest spot that you'll see is right here. Now, I got this one as a gift, and when it was ordered, it was said, oh, I broke a little one off. I'll just stick it down in there. Hopefully it'll do something. But it was said that it was supposed to have been a regular one, and these were my first ones that we ordered, probably from Steve's Lee's, or I don't know, but these were the first ones I ordered before I found the big one at the Ace. Um, and I knew for a fact that it needed, they could handle full to partial sunlight, so I stuck them in my south facing window, and during the summertime, that window lights up. And I don't know, I just sat it down there, and of course, I knew not to water it, but I kept an eye on it, and as time went by, guys, I don't know, maybe they just sent the wrong one or something happened, but she just started to variegate. Yeah, that end just started to variegate on me. And hey, I'm not mad at all, but I was completely shocked because most of this was all green. And I say most of it because there were some spots on it that were white, but um, I know for a fact it came from paint. Couldn't even think about it. It came from paint, and I knew that I had it on my fingers, but didn't know that when I was touching and checking like the roots and the actual leaves, I was wiping it on there. So, yeah, and yeah, she hit that light, and I guess she's variegated or started to turn variegated, or maybe it was already in her DNA and just needed the extra light. And this right here that light pushed her completely, and she's been growing ever since. Now, if you look on some of these, if you probably already noticed, there are some little black dried spots on here, brown. Now, I can tell you with the neglect that I typically give them, and they do grow. This time it was a little more neglect than I normally do because she sits posted on the inside the windowsill, but now she's hanging at a very awkward angle that I have to reach over tons of plants to try to get to. So I have to try and reach over and grab her that way, which actually sucks. So yeah, she got caught real bad with spider mites, and I say bad, it was bad. And when I say y'all, I leaped over all of my plants in that tub, and I yanked her down because I refused to lose her over something like that, especially since it technically wasn't or isn't my fault, if you get what I'm saying. Are these, okay, I see a little web here. All right, that's just a spider. And check and make sure, but yeah, they caught real bad spider mites, and I'm so glad I caught it when I did, even though they still did some damage. But as you can see by all of this here, new growth pointing up, and even shooting out that she's doing better. But yeah, guys, this is my string of pearls, and of course, the leaves are the pearls which made it make the list. All right, let's move on to the next plant. Now, this one here, I'm going to have to go and pick up. It is pretty heavy. I don't even know how I'm going to get it inside of the frame, but I'm going to pause you guys and run over here and get it. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, I've made it back. So, as you can see, Big Mama here. I will try to pick her up and put her in the frame. Let's see here. Oh, all right. So as you can see, this is a big girl here. This is my philodendron split leaf. Of course, she's not a philodendron anymore, guys. They have renamed her to. She's a philodendron, guys. So, yeah, she made the list because of these. Check out this leaf. These fingers are magnificent. And here's my hand. She is wonderful. And of course, she made the list, as you can see. Now, down inside of her, there are some fillers. I did do this project, guys. It should be out by now, so pause this one and go back and check it out. I did a project with these, and the ones that you're seeing down in here are my rescues, which are I think they're giant Hawaiian pothos, and I also have your regular heartleaf philodendron. So yeah, this one here made the list, as you can see. Again, when these leaves, or as these leaves mature, the fenestrations will get a lot better, or a lot thinner, or a lot more pronounced than this. Of course, she's old. I've had her about maybe 3 or 4 years now, and as you can see, like from this one here, one of the younger ones, is that an older stalk? Yeah, no, this is just a younger leaf. This is the younger leaf compared to this one, which came out next, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. This one, well, no, this one is from another one, guys. So this is the older leaf. Wait, let me get this together. They're intertwining. Yeah. All right, no. This bigger leaf, of course, is your growth from the summer, and this was right after the summer. But as you can see, the leaf is way more pronounced than this one here, fenestration-wise, even though it's a little smaller. The growth will kick back up on these guys, trust me, when the seasons change. But over here, this one is the offspring for these two. So these two are the offspring. Well, this one plant, but this is the offspring from mother here. This was the first leaf, which would be let's make sure, yes, a smaller one here. And then the next leaf that came in behind it was this one. So again, guys, as time goes on, these leaves do mature and change, which is why, of course, they made the list. And as you can see from the back here, this is a nice pot, but as you can see from the back here, not this yellow leaf though, they have new cattle fields with new plant shoots coming in it. I would open it up and try to show you. I shouldn't do this because I'm accident prone, but she's getting there. She's about halfway right here. So yeah. Oh. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Camera cut off, but yeah, she's almost through the outskirts part. Probably shouldn't have opened it, so she wouldn't dry out on the way out. Hopefully that's not the case. but we're gonna keep an eye on her. But yeah, guys, that is it. Might need to put a little bit water on top of this, maybe spray it down. But yeah, she made the list. She's growing just fine. And if there was an order, she would probably be number one or a tie with number one. And that tie with number one would probably be these monkey cups, because again, out of all the plants I have, this is the only one that as it matures, of course, you get your cups. So now with the other one, you just get mature leaves, but these leaves don't do what these leaves do at all. So yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. I would like to thank you for coming back and supporting my channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, comment down below if there's anything that you would like for me to do, anything that you would like to see, or even just to say hey. Also hit that notification bell. That bell will keep you informed as into what I am doing over here on this channel. And I think that is it. So I will see you guys on the next video. I will try and do, I think I have one more I'm going to try to get through tonight. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye. All right.